Hello and welcome to TPT Chats. Our journey, your next step. I'm Annette from Count on Coop, and I create math resources and upload them into my TPT store. And I also help teachers like you create their own math resources. And my co-host, Malia.
Hey there, I'm Malia, and I help teachers start and grow their profitable TPT stores so they can share their resources with teachers around the world.
All right, the big question: why did you start your TPT store?
Well, I feel like for me, I started in April of 2020, and when I started, it was the pandemic. So I was having to change everything from, printable things to virtual and digital things. So as I was, changing all that stuff, I actually could not teach anything new during that time. So I was just changing all my old stuff to digital. And I thought, why not share it on TPT with teachers around the world who are, maybe not as tech savvy or don't know what to do, just help other teachers out. I mean, I didn't think I was going to make really any money, but that was a nice bonus too. What about
Yeah,
you?
I know, right? I started my TPT store in 2017 in the summer. And at the school that I was working in, we actually didn't get paid over the summer. So it was kind of out of need where I was like, I want to like generate some income over the summer months. And so I started working on resources. And because it was summer, I was doing a lot of research in how to create them. But the reason I kind of started was during the school year, the teachers would pass by my classroom or they would see what I'm doing in my classroom and they would be like, wow, that's really cool. Or, how did you do that? Or let's do that. That's so fun. So then all the teachers in my grade level would do it. So it was kind of out of a need where I was like, oh, let's, have some summer income. And then also it was kind of a creative passion project as well.
I mean, look at the thing behind you. It's super cool. That is awesome. I would love that in my classroom. Okay, so if you were to start all over again, I know you started in 2017, which is kind of funny because that's when I graduated college. But if you were to start all over again today in 2025, what would you do differently?
Right. She's calling me out. I get it. So obviously I've been doing it for a lot of years now at this point. One of the things that I did when I started was kind of look at what was selling on TPT already. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I could totally make that. And I would tweak it and make it my own. So I wasn't like directly copying somebody. But I think now that I've been doing it for a really long time, I realize that the things that sell are really the ones that stand out and aren't on TPT already, right? Making it your own. So I think I would really start to think more creatively. I'm a very creative person, so kind of just using my own passion and not trying to copy somebody else's creativity. I think that's where what I would do differently. How about you?
Well, okay, so I started with digital, like literally everything is digital. I think I would have thrown in some printable, thinking that in the future there might be some, and even combine them as printable and digital. I did that very late in the game, but I
Mm.
also wasn't like researching or following the rules, if you want to say. I was just putting it up there because, again, my goal was to just help other teachers out. So I had a lot of free, a lot of like $1 things. And I was realizing that I should be doing this an entirely different way. I started earning money and I was like, wow, okay, I need to make this a little bit more professional. So I definitely would do more research and I would probably read up on other people's journeys, like how they got started. Kind of like what we're doing now. I would listen to this and see how do I get started? What did they do that I shouldn't do as I'm getting started?
Yeah, I agree. I loved like my lifeline when I first started was listening to people's podcasts and like listening to their stories because it's so relatable when you're first
Hmm.
beginning. So definitely. Why are you still selling today? So we started, right? And obviously, we did a little research since then. But why are you still selling today?
So, okay, so I'm coming up on almost 5 years selling on TPT. And honestly, I feel like I've made a lot of connections with other TPT sellers like yourself, and we've all become really good friends. I know some of us has not met in person like you and I have, but we all share resources, and it's so nice to see that it's actually benefiting teachers in other, cities, other states, other countries. And I think that makes me really happy. So I want to keep creating to help other teachers because teachers are just going through such a rough time right now. And yeah, I just want to help out more. And obviously the money every month is also a motivator. It helps me keep motivated and help pump out some other resources for teachers.
Yeah, I was gonna say your passion for helping other teachers is like super evident too, because not only are you creating resources for them in the classroom, but you're also, helping them create their own side hustle so that they can make money too. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
very apparent in the way you run your business for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So I know you've been through many eras of TPT. Why are you still selling today? TPT has gone through a lot of changes, especially recently.
Yeah. So I really love creating resources. So my passions being a math teacher is one of my passions, but I've always been like a creative person. I used to scrapbook, I used to, do things with wood and things like that. So I've always done things knitting and things like that as I've grown up. And this kind of took the place of my creativity, right? So I put all of my creative juices into TBT now instead of scrapbooking and things like that. So that's one of the things. So it's definitely my creative outlet, but also the financial benefit and the financial freedom that I have with my TBT store after, you know, a bunch of years working on it. And it's almost like a challenge too. It's like, how much can you grow the next year?
Hmm.
What else can you create? Like, it's a challenge to try to think of something new every time. So I love that. I love changing it up and trying to think outside the box to create new resources as well.
Oh yeah, you have so many different, very, very unique resources in your store. I mean, I've never seen anything like it until after you've posted, but they're so much fun. And, if anyone's looking for fun coloring math activities, Cat on Coop is the place to go. So I'm glad we're both in this space and that we're doing this together.
Yeah, this is so fun. Thank you for joining us on our first TPT chat. So, this is our journey that we're sharing with you to hopefully help you with your next steps.
And if you want to let us know why you got started or if you're thinking of getting started, if you have any questions, feel free to send us an email or send us a DM on our socials in the links below.